11 mistakes you should never make when taking creatine. Creatine is one of the supplements that most help you gain muscle mass. But did you know that some common mistakes can make it practically ineffective and even dangerous? That's why today we're going to explain the 11 most common mistakes that people make when taking creatine, and that you need to avoid if you don't want complications in your body. Stay tuned until the end, because I'm sure you have no idea how common mistake number 6 is. Number 11. Taking creatine while fasting. When you consume creatine without eating, it can cause gastrointestinal discomfort, such as nausea or stomach pain in some people. This is because when fasting, the stomach is empty and creatine can irritate the stomach lining. To avoid these problems, it is recommended to take creatine after a meal, especially one containing carbohydrates. Carbohydrates help to increase insulin levels in the blood, which in turn can improve the absorption of creatine by muscle cells. When you consume carbohydrates, they are digested and transformed into glucose, which enters the bloodstream and increases insulin levels. Insulin is a hormone that helps transport nutrients, including creatine, into muscle cells, where it can be stored and used more efficiently. The best carbohydrates to consume with creatine are those that are digested and absorbed quickly, such as fruit juice, white bread, or potatoes. These foods rapidly increase glucose and insulin levels in the blood, facilitating the absorption of creatine. A study published in the Journal of Applied Physiology showed that participants who consumed creatine with a carbohydrate-rich drink had a greater increase in muscle creatine levels than those who took creatine alone. Number 10. Using the wrong dose. One of the most common mistakes is to use the wrong dose in the hope of getting better or faster results. Many people mistakenly believe that increasing the dose will maximize the benefits, but this is not true. In reality, the body has a limited capacity to absorb and use creatine, so taking more than you need won't bring any additional benefits and could even be harmful. Ingesting an excessive amount of creatine beyond the recommendations can overload the kidneys, leading to problems such as dehydration, muscle cramps, and even long-term kidney damage. Determining the correct dose can vary from person to person, depending on body weight, level of physical activity, and individual metabolism. Generally, following the manufacturer's instructions is a good starting point. For more precise guidance, it is advisable to consult a sports nutritionist or specialized doctor who can adjust the dosage based on your specific needs and ensure that you are getting the benefits of creatine without the risks associated with overuse. Number 9. Not drinking enough water. When taking creatine, it's crucial to stay well hydrated, and that's not just vague advice. Creatine works by increasing the availability of phosphocreatine in the muscles, which helps in the rapid production of ATP, the main source of cellular energy. However, this metabolic process can increase the body's demand for water. If there is inadequate water intake, a number of problems can arise. Firstly, a lack of water can lead to dehydration, especially during intense exercise, where the body loses water through sweat. Creatine can increase water retention within muscle cells, which is beneficial for physical performance. But it also means that the body needs more water to maintain the proper hydroelectrolytic balance. In addition, creatine is metabolized by the kidneys and excreted in the urine. Lack of water can potentially increase the risk of kidney problems, although this is rare with creatine in normal doses and with adequate hydration. In 2001, a significant study on the subject was published in Medicine and Science in Sports and Exercise by Persky and Brazo, which investigated the effects of creatine on body hydration and kidney parameters in trained athletes. The study showed that athletes who take creatine regularly and do not increase their water intake may have a higher concentration of serum creatinine, a marker of kidney stress. However, those who maintained adequate hydration showed no such changes, indicating that water can mitigate potential adverse effects of creatine on the kidneys. Number 8. Stopping use during training breaks. Stopping creatine. Use during breaks in training can be a mistake that compromises the benefits accumulated. When you start supplementing with creatine, it's crucial to take it every day, including weekends, holidays, and days when you don't train. Creatine works by accumulating in the muscles over time, increasing work capacity and muscle recovery. Stopping taking creatine abruptly even for a few days, can reduce these creatine levels in the muscles, causing you to lose some of the gains you've made. A study published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research showed that maintaining continuous creatine supplementation, even during periods of inactivity and training, helps maintain high creatine levels in the muscles. The study involved 2 groups of athletes who were instructed to stop training for a month. One group continued to take creatine daily, while the other group stopped. The participants who continued to take creatine during a 4-week break in training maintained greater strength and muscle mass compared to those who stopped supplementation. The results showed that the group that continued supplementation retained significantly more strength and muscle mass than the group that discontinued use. To ensure that you don't forget to take creatine daily, a useful tip is to incorporate it into your daily routine. For example, you could take creatine with a specific meal, such as breakfast, so that it becomes a habit, or set daily reminders on your cell phone to notify you every day. Number 7. Neglecting the quality of creatine. Chances are you know someone who always tries to save as much money as possible on everything they buy, even if it means purchasing a counterfeit product of questionable quality. However, doing this with creatine can be a big mistake. The quality and purity of creatine is essential to ensure its effectiveness and safety for the consumer. High-quality creatine ensures that the product contains the correct amount of the active compound and is free of significant impurities. Purity is crucial because impurities can not only reduce the effectiveness of the supplement, but also pose health risks. Creatine of poor quality or inadequate purity can cause various problems, such as gastrointestinal discomfort, nausea, abdominal pain, or diarrhea. In addition, the presence of contaminants, such as heavy metals or microorganisms, can pose serious health risks, including poisoning or infection. To avoid problems with low-quality creatine, it is essential to buy products from reliable and renowned manufacturers who carry out quality tests and guarantee the purity of their products. Checking the brand's reputation, consulting user reviews, and opting for recognized brands on the market are good practices for choosing a safe supplement. Number 6. Not monitoring side effects. A few days after starting creatine supplementation, it's worth keeping an eye out for changes in your body, especially negative side effects. Ignoring symptoms such as stomach discomfort can lead to more serious problems. In addition to gastrointestinal discomfort, which can include nausea, stomach pain, and diarrhea, other negative side effects that can appear in the body include muscle cramps, dehydration, sudden weight gain, and changes in kidney function. If you notice any of these symptoms, it's crucial to pay attention and consider stopping taking creatine. Stomach discomfort may indicate that your body is not tolerating the supplement well. Muscle cramps and dehydration can be signs that creatine is affecting your body's electrolyte balance. Sudden weight gain, especially if it's due to fluid retention, can be a warning sign of kidney problems. Changes in kidney function can be particularly serious and can manifest as bloating, fatigue, or also a change in the amount of urine. The solution to these problems starts with stopping creatine supplementation immediately. Stop taking the supplement and observe whether the symptoms improve. Consult a doctor to assess your health and determine whether the symptoms are in fact caused by creatine. The doctor may recommend adjustments to the dosage, changes in the form of consumption, or, in some more serious cases, advise stopping the use of creatine altogether. Number 5. Expect instant results. Creatine's effects on the body take time to manifest. Creatine works by increasing the amount of phosphocreatine in the muscles, which helps with energy production during high-intensity exercise. However, as you can imagine, this process is not immediate. Each person has a different response to supplementation, depending on factors such as genetics, diet, exercise routine, and the way the body absorbs and uses creatine. Generally, people begin to notice improvements in physical performance and muscle growth after a period of 2 to 4 weeks of consistent use. A relevant study on how long it takes to notice changes with creatine was published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research. In this study, participants who followed a structured exercise routine and a controlled diet took a standard dose of creatine monohydrate daily for several weeks and were monitored for increases in muscle mass and performance in physical activities. The results showed that, on average, the participants began to notice a significant improvement in performance and muscle size after approximately 3 weeks of supplementation. Number 4. Thinking you need a certain time to take creatine. Many people believe that it is crucial to take creatine at specific times to maximize its benefits. However, the reality is that creatine can be consumed effectively at any time of the day, as long as you are not fasting. This is because creatine is stored in the muscles over time, so there is no need for extreme precision when it comes to daily intake. As we've already said, the ideal is to take creatine with a meal that includes carbohydrates and, if possible, protein, to promote efficient absorption. This helps to optimize muscle saturation gradually, which is more important than the exact moment of intake. In addition, maintaining a consistent intake, whether in the morning, afternoon, or evening, is more relevant than trying to synchronize it at a specific time of day. So if you have forgotten to take creatine at a specific time, you can rest easy and take it as normal that day. Number 3. Forgetting to consult a doctor before starting. This is a big mistake. Some people who should be especially cautious before starting creatine supplementation include those with kidney, liver, or heart problems. Creatine is processed by the kidneys, and if a person already has kidney problems, adding creatine can put even more strain on the kidneys, leading to serious complications. In addition, people with liver disease should also be careful, as the liver is responsible for many metabolic functions, and creatine supplementation can affect liver function. Those with heart problems need to be cautious, as creatine can influence water and electrolyte retention, impacting blood pressure and heart function. To ensure that creatine is safe for you, it is essential to undergo a medical consultation before starting to use it, where the doctor can assess your general health, analyze any existing medical conditions, and determine whether creatine is safe for you. Skipping this step can lead to serious health problems. For example, a person with kidney problems who takes creatine may experience worsening kidney function, resulting in symptoms such as bloating, extreme fatigue, and, in severe cases, kidney failure. You definitely don't want that. Number 2. Disregard healthy eating. Creatine definitely works best when combined with a balanced diet that is adequate in essential nutrients. A healthy diet provides the necessary substrates for creatine to be absorbed and used efficiently by the body. Studies show that individuals who maintain a diet rich in nutrients, especially carbohydrates and proteins, tend to experience greater gains in strength and muscle mass when supplementing with creatine. A relevant study was published in 2003 by Louise Burke and her collaborators, which investigated the effects of creatine on athletes who consumed a diet high in carbohydrates, corresponding to 70% of their total energy intake, versus a diet moderate in carbohydrates, corresponding to 50% of their total energy intake. The study followed the participants over several weeks, monitoring gains in muscle mass and increases in athletic performance. The results indicated that those who maintained a high carbohydrate diet experienced a more significant increase in muscle creatine levels, which resulted in more substantial improvements in strength and endurance during high-intensity exercise, compared to those who consumed a moderate carbohydrate diet. Number 1. Not maintaining a proper exercise routine. Not maintaining a proper exercise routine is a critical mistake when taking creatine because the substance acts as an energy support for the muscles during intense physical activity. Creatine is stored in the muscles and used to produce energy quickly and efficiently, especially during high-intensity, short-duration exercise, such as weightlifting and sprinting. Without a proper exercise routine, creatine's potential is not utilized. It's as if you were drinking an energy drink to go to sleep afterwards. The supplement helps increase strength, power, and muscle mass when muscles are constantly challenged and stimulated through regular exercise. Without this stimulation, creatine has nowhere to act, which results in its potential benefits being wasted. The importance of daily exercise when taking creatine lies in the fact that creatine helps to rapidly regenerate ATP, which is the main source of energy for muscles during intense efforts. If you don't exercise regularly, your muscles don't need this extra energy, making the use of creatine ineffective. We hope this list has helped you, and if you want to impress people with your physique, be sure to check out the video that's appearing on your screen right now. God bless you, my friend.